Alright, coming to you today for a short lesson. Class is in session. We're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay? Everybody in our town, Stillwater, I'm going to make this about Stillwater, is talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. In particular, our school board, okay? And our school district. Diversity, okay? These are all coded, this is coded language. It's Marxist language, communist language. So diversity allows these people to take people's immutable characteristic, like their color or their gender, okay, and use them as a human shield. So they're unassailable because they're for diversity, right? Obviously, diversity of thought is the only diversity we ought to care about. Immutable characteristics do not matter when talking about ideas and things we want, right? It does not matter. If you want more of a certain color, you got to take into account someone's color, and it doesn't matter. That's awful. That's the definition of what we used to 15 minutes ago, racism. Okay, inclusion is how they purge people who don't buy into the diversity. So that if you don't kowtow to the diversity nonsense, the anti-racism, then you are included your way out, right? Inclusion, it doesn't mean inclusion. It's a Marxist term, and automatically it includes exclusion. In order to have inclusion, there has to be exclusion, and they're going to exclude anybody who doesn't cow to this, okay? And that leads us to, once those people are purged, it leads us to, yes, equity. That's communism. That is the opposite of God. Okay, Marxist, Karl Marx, they're trained to rid culture and countries in the world of God and God's truth. So let me tell you, folks, you need to start learning this coded language, and you need to start questioning these people. It's on the march. It's deep. OSU is the center of it in our town, but it is insidious. It's poison. And if we don't do something about it and start learning about it, look up James Lindsay, New Discourses. He's got a website. He's been banned off the face of the earth because he talks about these things. This is kind of he's the SME, the subject matter expert in this realm. But anytime you hear a short little lesson, diversity, equity, or inclusion, you are talking to someone who is ignorant on the subject and really believes in it, and hasn't used their brain to think it out, which is most of us, I would say. Or two, they're using it to gain power, money, influence, and in the end are being used by it to take over our community and our state. Educate yourselves and do something. That's the call of action. Read the Bible, use that as a foundation, and then look into these coded languages that they're using and this nonsense they're talking about. Because if we don't stand up, men, it's a wrap. Peace, love, and get to work.